Here we have a question from Precalculus. If you haven't gotten to the trigonometric portion of Precalculus yet, that's okay. You will be getting there because it's essential. What we have here is an equation, secant squared x plus 6 tangent x plus 4 is equal to 0. And what we're looking for is all the solutions to this equation in the range of negative pi over 2 to positive pi over 2 radians. If you haven't studied angles in radians, you will be getting used to that when you do the trigonometric part of Precalculus. Essentially, one of the first things you'll learn is the Pythagorean identities for the trigonometric functions. And one of them is that if I had all of these in tangent, what I'd have is a tangent squared plus tangent plus constant is equal to 0. And that would be ideal. Well, there is a Pythagorean identity that says secant squared x is equal to tan squared x plus 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute tan squared x plus 1 for secant squared x. And let's see what happens. Tangent squared x plus 1 plus 6 tangent x plus 4 is equal to 0. Combining like terms, I can say that tangent squared x plus 6 tan x plus 5 is equal to 0. Well, you'll notice that this is a quadratic form. It's not a quadratic equation, but it is a quadratic form where I have a square non-squared term plus a constant is equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it just like I would a quadratic, and that is factoring it into two factors equaling 0. And what I get is the square root of this first one, which is tan x. That's going to go here and here. And now I'm looking for two factors of 5 whose sum is 6, and those would be 1 and 5. And now I have these two factors set equal to 0. Well, if I multiply two factors and their product is 0, then either one of them or both of them are equal to 0. So I can say tan x is equal to negative 1, or tan x is equal to negative 5. In this case, what angle between negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2 has a tangent of negative 1? So I'm going to use the inverse tangent function. I'm going to say x is equal to inverse tan of negative 1. X is equal to negative pi over 4. In this case, I'm going to say that x is equal to the inverse tangent of negative 5, and I've already calculated it to negative 1.37. So these are the two answers between the angles of negative pi over 2 and pi over 2 for this equation.